Good morning. So I have people repeatedly asking me, did you get the thing? Are you going to get the thing? And when I hear their sales pitch, it's always about what's in it for them. And so I looked up, how do we convince people? Persuasion, what's the time-tested, kind of proven method to persuade people or convince people? And the oldest and best-selling book I know on this is written by Dale Carnegie. It's called How to Win, or what's it called? How to Win Friends and Influence People. So I quickly looked it up, and one of the highlighted ideas was appeal to people's interests. Like, that's how we convince people, what's in it for them. So that brought to mind for me some questions. For me, the first question is the thing safe? Is it effective? The second question is, if I don't take the thing, what are my chances of getting sick? And if I do get sick, what are the outcomes? What are the likely outcomes? Am I going to die? Or if I get sick, what's it going to be like? Are the people making the thing trustworthy? Do they have a history of integrity and honesty and actually helping people? Or do they have a history of abuse, of making people sick and doing crazy stuff and then having to pay huge fines? For me, that matters. Is taking care of my health, taking responsibility for my health, natural immunity, natural health, is that superior or better than the thing? To me, that matters a lot. And why is the origin of the thing, the illness, so murky, so in dispute? What's all that about? To me, that knowing where it came from, that matters a lot. That tells me, if something fishy is going on and I should distrust the whole thing, or if it's on the up and up. And why is anybody who's questioned the thing silenced or censored? Why is any doubt or disbelief, or anyone has any questions, why are they shut down, shouted down, silenced? If the thing's legit, it should be able to shine and stand in the light of day. Questions should be easy to answer. If the thing is legit and works, it should be easy, super easy to say, here it works, here's the proof. We got the proof, no problem. Take a look, it totally works. Why is what's considered healthy so selective? There are all kinds of stuff that for decades, centuries, proven to be bad for our health, whether it's sugar or cigarettes or booze or, lifestyle, not moving, all this stuff proven to make people sick. And so why is that being ignored, or why is that being allowed? But this very specific idea of health is being promoted, and not beyond promoted, it's being forced on people, So why such a hypocrisy or just super narrow focus on something that makes billions of dollars? In other words, for me, I see a common trend of the super unhealthy stuff makes billions of dollars, so it's allowed. And then this other narrow super idea of the thing that's going to fix people also makes billions of dollars. And so it seems like the common denominator of what's allowed and what's promoted and mandated is what makes money, not what helps people. And for me, I took responsibility for my health years ago. If someone can prove to me that something works and it's good for my health and improves my health, I will be on board. I will be the first person in line. I will be the biggest champion of this thing if it works, because that's how I roll. That's what I do. I want to be healthy. I got stuff to do. I got things I want to do in this world, and I can't do them if I'm sick or weak or don't have energy. So I took responsibility for my health, my diet, my lifestyle, spiritually, emotionally, what I put in my body, what I put on my body, questioned everything. And for me, in all that arena, what I kept going back to time and time again is the only thing that I could find that really works, or that would prove to me that it does work, is the test of time. I look back and say, okay, what has been done for thousands or tens of thousands of years? Anything that's been done that long a time and actually works and is effective, for me, that's proof. I can look back and say, okay, I'm here because all my ancestors, all my grandparents and great on back, they did this thing and it worked. It's healthy for them. They survived. And so I'm like, that's proof for me. That's a good sales pitch right there. Prove to me that the thing works. If it works, then I'm on board. I'm totally in. So a deeper dive into those questions. Is the thing safe? The government's own numbers, their own adverse reporting website says that this thing has caused more deaths than any of the previous things in decades combined in the history of these things. This one is the deadliest. That's concerning to me. If their own numbers are saying this. Thousands of people have died. Well, I want answers. Let's investigate this. Tell us why they died. What's going on? Be transparent. Answer these questions. And then hundreds of thousands of more people have had adverse reactions. Well, let's investigate this. Show me the money. Let people go in and who are unbiased and take a look at this stuff. Let's find out what's going on, the truth, not this real shady uncertainty stuff. That's not convincing to me. I want to see the proof. And yeah, I acknowledge, this thing, the illness, the odds of it happening or having side effects are low. The percentage wise, it's rare. And at the same time, I don't want to be one of the outliers. I don't want to be one of the people that drops dead or has some kind of heart inflammation or all this other stuff. No thanks. I don't want to go blind. I don't want to be paralyzed or like Eric Clapton, have my hands not work and all this pain and stuff. There are people out there that are suffering. So I want to choose what I put in my body. I want to know for sure if I'm going to do this thing, it's not going to have these dramatic, life-altering, life-suffering kind of consequences. No thanks. If I don't take the thing, what are the odds of me getting sick? All the numbers I've seen say that for my lifestyle and age group, it's practically zero. Even getting the thing, it's practically zero. But then if we go further and the odds of being hospitalized, it's even less than zero. And actually dying, it's like negative. It's not even a thing. It's so infinitesimally small. Where's the fear? Why? It's just fear. Well, where's the real chances of it happening and being a bad outcome? It's not there. None of the numbers that I've seen. And all the predictions about it were wrong. All the guesses that I've seen, they've been way wrong. And all the numbers that have been put out to say that the thing is deadly, those have been wrong. Anytime somebody's taken a deep dive and actually looked at those numbers, they've been BS. They've been inflated. There's been all kinds of funny accounting, So answer those questions. Let's get the truth out there. None of this BS. Let people actually look at the actual data, investigate every death, every sickness, comorbidities, find out the truth. None of this shady, and the fact that they're rushing to push everything is a tip-off that something might be amiss here. Are the people making the thing trustworthy? Every report I've seen says that they have a long history of putting dangerous drugs out there, killing people, maiming people, causing horrible birth defects, side effects, all kinds of nasty stuff, to the point that they've had to pay billions of fines, and have the makers change their ways? No, they just paid the money so they could keep going, doing things the way they do. Why would I trust that? And now they've been given immunity? People who have a history of being murderers have given immunity? That's a huge tip-off, a huge red flag that something doesn't add up here, that something might be shady. Why give immunity to people that have a history of hurting people? What sense does that make? And natural immunity, taking responsibility for my health. I've yet to see any study that says otherwise. All of them point to the fact that nature is better. Nature's badass. Nature's been around for billions of years. Nature knows what she's doing. Nature is health. These guys monkeying around in the labs, they don't know what they're doing. They're just guessing. And for me, it goes back to that test of time. We've been on this planet as a species for hundreds of thousands of years. If our natural system didn't work, we'd be extinct. We would have got wiped out a long time ago. This idea that there's something wrong with our bodies or something wrong with immunity is insanity. There's nothing wrong with our bodies. They work. They're amazing. We can stay strong and healthy. Easy. Take care of our bodies take care of us. It's real simple. This whole thing was orchestrated. The idea that it came from a lab. At first that was squashed and said, oh, that's impossible. Then they're like, oh, wait a minute. We think all the data points to that it did come from a lab. Well, there's a vested interest. If the people making the cure are also causing the problem and they're making billions of dollars, why would we trust that system? Why would we give those people power over our lives? And the censorship. When in the history of the world has censorship been a good outcome? When have the people censoring done it for the benefit of the people they're censoring? It's never happened. It's always nefarious. It's always to hush people up, try to keep the lie going. It's never been about truth. Censorship is all about trying to hide shady stuff. That's the whole reason to do it. And these organizations like the CDC and whatnot say that, the thing saves more lives than it kills. Well, exercise, healthy diet, breath work, meditation, tribe, community, getting together, all these things save lives. And they've been proven over millions of years, hundreds of thousands of years. As long as the Earth's been around, that's the way of nature. That way works. So thanks for watching.